Hey, I'm Mark, and I'm going to be explaining to you the very high-level basics of the way that your group medical plan works. Your plan is a PPO, which means that you have a set of network providers that you should always, if you are at all possible and able to, take a look at those providers and make sure that you're going in network so that you can get better benefits and better benefit levels and higher reimbursements, less out of pocket for yourself. Outside of that, the major components and major questions that we ever have when it comes to an overall medical plan really lies in about 3 to 4 areas. First of all is the copay. How much does it cost when I go to the doctor is the major question that we often get. Now, under your plan, what you would pay is a simple $20 copay in network. After that, then everything is covered at 100% by the insurance carrier. One thing to be aware of in this area, though, that you have to be careful, and a lot of employees get very frustrated with this, is understanding the process. Let's take an example. Let's say that I go to the doctor today and I pay my $20 copay and then I'm done. I think I'm done. But then for some reason, 2 weeks later, I get a bill at home and I'm having dinner with my wife and kids and I'm looking at this bill and it says I owe $100, and what do I think immediately? This insurance doesn't pay anything. Well, when that situation happens, oftentimes the best thing you can do is let things wait just a little bit before saying that comment. Oftentimes what you'll find is that the billing cycle at your provider's office has kicked in and kicked out a bill, but the insurance carrier doesn't even know you've had the claim yet. So oftentimes I recommend just hanging on to that documentation and then, or maybe even calling the insurance carrier or calling your provider in order to find out what's going on. But the major thing to know is don't panic, because oftentimes you'll get caught in between billing cycles and with time things kind of work themselves out. So that's a major part of your medical plan. The second most popular question we ever get about benefit plans is how much does it cost if I get a prescription drug? Now, your plan has 3 different tier copays. The first is $10 for generic drugs, the $20 is for preferred, and then the $30 is for non-preferred brand drugs. Now, how do you know which one is which? It's based upon a formulary. Now, the formulary determines, and it's continually changing all the time, so make sure that you go always to the website to get an idea if you're looking for the most up-to-date formulary. Don't trust the one that you have right now. The least expensive drugs, the drugs on which patents have expired and they've been able to mass produce, are going to be your generics, and that's going to be $10. And then you begin to work your way up into other types of drugs, certainly much more expensive drugs when you have a co-share and a co-pay of either $20 or $30, and then the rest after that is paid at 100%. Now, on the vast majority of PPO plans, and yours included, outside of the co-pays, you're going to see everything else subject to deductible, which is going to be when you go to the emergency room, when you have any type of surgery, outpatient visits, or you're admitted into the hospital or common areas. The way that your deductible works is that you have a $500 deductible, meaning that the first $500 of discounted fees, you do get the discount related to your network, but you're going to pay the first $500 straight out. Then after that, we begin to kick into coinsurance. Now, the coinsurance on your plan means that you pay 20%, the insurance carrier pays 80%. And you keep on paying that 20% until you hit an overall maximum, including your deductible, of $2,000. So, worst case scenario, let's say, for instance, you have a $1 million claim for some reason. What's going to happen is you'll pay the first $500, then you'll pay 20%, your plan will pay the other 80% until you begin to rack up and get to that $2,000 limit. So in that extreme example, you would pay $2,000 and the plan would pay $998,000. So that's the basic fundamentals of the vast majority of PPO plans, yours included, the way that they function when you have a deductible, coinsurance, and standard copays on a plan.